Hello and welcome to another quick news roundup here on the Exclude Collective YouTube channel. Joining me as ever for these is the faithful Trevor. How are you doing today, mate? You all good?
Good. How are you?
Good stuff. Yeah, man, all good. Ready to dive into the news. So on today's show, we have the Hot Toys Iron Man, the Mark.85 Nano Gauntlet that was recently shown off, the Meisho Captain Phasma that was recently shown off just yesterday at the time of recording this, and the Iron Studios quarter scale Iron Man. So we're going to head straight into the first topic today. So being 1/6, this is very much your territory. What do you make of the gauntlet reveal, mate? Of course, we always kind of knew it was coming. But yeah, just what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it looks great. Being 1/6, it is my thing, but Iron Man, I don't have many Iron Men, but this looks really nice.
Yeah.
This would be the one that I have to pick up. And that gauntlet looks great. Yeah, we knew it was coming. 423. Yeah,
It's pricey. So just to run through the basics, we are obviously just talking about the gauntlet in this section here because obviously this figure has been, shown off before. So the gauntlet was recently revealed. It was previously teased as an additional accessory coming, so we all knew what it was after seeing the film. Obviously, alongside the gauntlet, there is the retooled head sculpt that you can see there, and also one of the most standout features of the figure is the lightning refocuser accessories, one of the nano backpack items essentially. So this is a July to September of next year release, so still quite a ways off. So obviously you're saying there about picking it up. Is the gauntlet swaying you? Is it going to make you, pull the trigger on it?
Nah, I mean, I think I need an Iron Man, and this is being the final, supposedly the final incarnation of Iron Man. That retooled head sculpt, I don't know how much that's retooled. I'm still thinking it's not looking old enough for him at this point, but
there's a lot to be said, isn't there, about like you say, about head sculpt, whether it's the age, whether it's the battle damage. There's a few comments being made about that. You can see on this picture here, just on the side of the torso piece, there's a little bit of battle damage, a little bit of blaster kind of damage, right. But again, it's not what we would, let's say, movie accurate towards this actual scene. But just keeping on the topic of the head sculpt, here's a few other little closer looks at it. Again, the gauntlet here obviously light up, but it is LED features. You can see that as well throughout the chest piece. So just really quick jump. This is the face sculpt. So what we've done here, we've compared the original press gallery shot on the left-hand side when the Mark.85 was originally kind of shown off. So, and comparing that to, the brand new one, the retooled one, as Hot Toys have put it. Now, it is always tricky when trying to do these comparison pieces to get shots where both sculpts are the exact same light, the exact same, angle towards the camera.
That lighting makes a big difference.
It really does. So, we're going to say the one on the right looks better. He's brighter, he's better lit, we should say. But yeah, what are your thoughts now seeing these side by side? Is there enough jump here to, warrant that 423 price tag?
Yeah, it's the same as the cap from Endgame as well, with the new retooled head sculpt. I mean, they did change the hair.
Yeah.
Part it looks like a pretty similar sculpt to what they had. I think these guys have aged a little bit more, and the paint reflects that a little bit, but I'm not sure they took it far enough. But again, you're dealing with, licensing and people, probably their agents, signing off on these things, and they have to make them good. So you got to make them look a little younger and more robust, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. So the shot on the right side is the most recent one. The lighting there is elevating it, but like you say, the hair looks to be the most obvious standout. I'd say the one on the right, it looks a little bit taller, a bit, more defined.
Yeah.
So that is, like you say, throwing it back to the Captain America, that obviously came about after quite a lot of uproar, we should say, from the community. They kind of voiced their displeasure that Hot Toys had kind of reused an existing sculpt. The same thing here, but I don't think it was quite as loud here, the discontent. But still nice to see Hot Toys, going a little bit of an extra distance just to kind of bring it more in line with the film. But yeah, it could have gone further. I would love to see some more battle damage on there. Anything else to add, mate, to this?
Have we seen any pictures of how the refocuser attaches to the back? Because they keep showing pictures that are photoshopped. I have no idea how that thing floats.
So that's all we've seen. Like you say, it's just this promo style official, the official release gallery. So in terms of it in hand, I don't think we have as of yet. So maybe we will get I'm sure we will get a closer look when Comic-Con rolls around later in July. So yeah, so like we say, hopefully we can get to see that in July. So that just kind of brings us to the end of the first story on today's show, and we're going to transition from the MCU. We're now going to go right across to the Star Wars, to the sequel trilogy, and pick up the Meisho movie realization, Captain Phasma, of course, by Bandai Tamashii Nations. Now, this was revealed just yesterday at the time of recording, so this has been pretty fresh. Just to run through the basics really quick. So it's not over 9,000 yen, which is a rough translation to $58, 45 pounds for us here in the UK. So she does come with a katana and the sheath, which is, pretty commonplace across all of these releases. The blaster there, the cloak, and keeping in scale with the rest of the line, she is 7 inches tall. Now, I know you have, I think I'm right in saying, every single one of these releases so far.
I believe I do. Yeah, except for Boba Fett. I don't have the original Boba Fett.
Oh, really? The original Boba Fett you don't have?
Yeah, I missed out on him, but they're re-releasing it, I believe.
They are, yeah.
I'll be picking that up for sure. This looks awesome. I mean, it looks really great. It's just I will probably end up picking it up. I mean, I kind of have been sticking to the original saga, but
right.
This looks nice. Captain Phasma disappointed me in the movies a bit, but I just love this series so much. It's almost like disconnected. It is Star Wars, but it's almost more samurai than Star Wars. It's just a basis for, something cool looking. So I don't really care that I don't really care for the character. I'd still.
No, I get you. I think that is one of the, the stronger points because, again, the sequels are always going to be, contentious to talk about, but at the same time, we still want figures. We still want those characters. I know you're a big campaigner to get the Poe Dameron Hot Toys figure. So again, even though the sequels may not be the most popular Star Wars, films at the moment, we do still need as many of the things as we possibly can. So just to kind of have a closer look here at these 3 figures lined up. So this is, part of the official release gallery. Like I say, we have got the First Order Stormtrooper and Kylo Ren, who we touched on in a show last week. Now, together, they look fantastic.
Yeah, they really do.
And one of the standouts.
A little short there?
I don't know if it's just
the back. Maybe it's just.
It may well be. But to be fair,
dude.
We know Gwendolyn Christie, obviously the actress for Phasma. She is a very tall lady. So whether they have factored that into the design, it may actually be that Phasma is taller in the films. I'm not too sure. That was just a bit of thrown out there, and I'm sure I'll get shot down in flames now that I've said it.
I think they're probably about the same height. I would imagine.
More likely than not. But yeah, so again, going back to the basics, like I say, the katana and the sheath there. One of my favorite things is the little handguard on the katana is emblazoned with the First Order sigil, which is a fantastic little touch. And again, they popped it on the back of the cape, which looks fantastic. So yeah, another solid addition, to the Meisho samurai line. Like you say, you are sticking to the traditional characters, but I mean, let's just be honest, mate. This is going to be a collection.
Yeah, likely.
Indeed. So there we go. That's the second of the most recent stories. It brings us to our final one. Again, we're going to complete the Iron Man brace and head back into the MCU and look at the Mark.85 quarter scale statue from Iron Studios as part of their legacy scale line. Now, naturally, being quarter scale, this is going to push that price point up a hell of a lot. So this is just under $1,200. So the pre-order is live on Sideshow. The thing to notice here is there is this unmasked head sculpt here, and obviously you do get the full helmeted release. And the thing that I really wanted to point out is the 17 total LEDs, which is just fantastic. You can see them in use here on that lightning refocuser. We have touched on statues a lot in recent shows. So what are your thoughts? Again, would you ever be tempted to go this far and pick this guy up?
Very cool looking. It looks really, really nice. Again, I'm not a huge Iron Man collector, so that price point would definitely put me off. I just thank my past self for not getting into statues in the past, because I'd really be in big trouble.
Yeah, totally.
But it's beautiful. I mean, the paint looks fantastic from what I can see. Amazing that it's got all those LEDs in there. It's incredible.
Yeah, so touch on the paint. These are hand-painted piece as well. And one of the things that I really, really am thankful for with this release is the kind of dirt that you can see, the kind of battle damage. So, going back to the beginning of the show, and we're looking at the Hot Toys, release, this is the sort of thing I would have loved to have seen them include. A bit of dirt, a bit of damage, just something to kind of bring it more in line with that kind of climatic, scene at the end there. Just to kind of bring, some kind of gravitas, some definition to it, let it stand out. Same with the Captain America release. They could have perhaps pushed that a little bit further. But just to kind of have a closer look at some of the images here. So the base is the big part of this here. You can see it looks fantastic, blasting out of that stand. I've touched on it recently in the shows that we've done, and I'm always talking about statues and Hot Toys figures as well. The stand goes a long way for me in just bringing it all together. It really helps it stand out when you do display it. And on the top right here, you can see the Captain America and the Thor figures that they also have. So again, you can see the transition between the lightning refocuser on the bottom left corner and on the bottom right corner without. So again, nice that you have those options. For a statue, they do generally come in, static forms. So the ability here to, switch out the head, switch out the back, it's a really nice piece. And it is going to be available in the third quarter of next year. So just before we wrap up today, mate, any closing thoughts on this garden now that you've seen a bit of a better look at him?
That's cool. So it looks like the blast is illuminated as well on the base.
Yes.
That looks great. This is, it's an expensive piece, but it's a quarter scale. That's huge. The amount of detail and paint that goes into this it's got to be a ton of work.
Yeah, mate.
So yeah, probably worthy of the price, but again, I'm glad I'm not into statuary.
As I'm going to say, yeah, won't be making its way into my collection nor yours anytime soon. So that does bring us to the end of today's show. So we have had our Iron Man brace and, of course, the Captain Phasma in the middle there. So as ever, all the links for everything you've seen are going to be down in the description below, along with all of our social links. So do pop along and follow us. Trevor, how can people do that? How can people jump along and follow your work?
I am at 16_shooter on Instagram and 16shooter pretty much everywhere.
So just search 16shooter. You'll flag up somewhere along the lines. Yeah. So yeah, many thanks everyone for stopping by. Thank you, Trevor, for joining me on today's show. Any last thoughts for today, mate?
That's it. No, got to pick up that Phasma though, I think.
Indeed, it's going to make its way into your collection before too long. So yeah, and many thanks for watching. Like I say, all the links will be down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed today's show, and we will see you very soon here on the Exclude Collective YouTube channel.